My resistors, peace and power. This is Imam Isa Mateen and the Resistance. Welcome to another episode. Today is part 4 of how to establish truly Islamic schools in America. One of the things that has to be taught if a school is going to be truly Islamic, the students have to learn how to give what we say in Arabic, we call it da'wah, which is the call to Islam. It's extremely important. But students have to learn how to call Americans to Islam, how to speak in words that Americans understand. This is something that a lot of Muslims don't understand, a lot of schools don't teach, but they have to teach that. The students have to be able to answer the critics and the criticism of Islam. You have to be able to answer that. You can't just ignore it. I know I was very disappointed in one sheikh. He's a sheikh, scholar, and I asked him about one of the how to respond to a certain slanders that were being told about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his marriage to Aisha. And I said, so what is your response? How would you respond to that? And he goes, well, you should just ignore them. I'm like, wow, you're supposed to be a sheikh and you have no response. Because you have two types of people. Two types of people make criticisms. You have the like really ignorant haters. They just hate, they're racist. They hate everybody who's not them. And they hate. And then you have people who really want to know. They really want to know because the haters put out a question. And the reason the haters put out questions is to confuse people. So when the haters put out questions about the Prophet Muhammad's marriage, peace be upon him, his marriage to Aisha, when they put out questions about polygamy, when they try to say that Islam is about terrorism, you need people who can answer these questions and put to rest the lies, the miscommunications, the falsehoods about Islam, and really champion the cause of Islam. The schools have to teach people how to champion the cause of Islam. For instance, when you look in the Quran, you see the prophets, they went to the highest levels of society and they challenged the leaders, the top people, the top spokespeople to debate. The Prophet Abraham debated Nimrod, the leader. They weren't afraid to go right to the top. But when you compare that to the Muslims of today, the Muslim leaders of today, the Muslim leaders of today, they don't say anything to the people at the top. The Muslim leaders of today are just so pleased to be in the presence of the president, the governor, the mayor. They're so pleased to be in their presence. They don't even say anything to them, you know, about Islam. So you have to be a champion. The schools have to teach you how to be a champion of Islam, like the Prophet Abraham, like Malcolm X. Where's our Malcolm X's? Right? We aren't raising any more Malcolm X's. Right? A champion like that. Where's our Muhammad Ali? Let's give Muhammad Ali credit. May Allah have mercy on him. Think about this. Muhammad Ali, without being a scholar of Islam, without maybe going to many formal classes, Muhammad Ali brought more people to Islam than perhaps anybody in American history. There's no other person in American history who called more people to Islam and made Islam popular like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, he made the name of the Prophet Muhammad popular. He really made it popular. He wasn't the first one to change his name, but he made it acceptable in this country to change your name to a Muslim name. And a lot of people followed him after that. The Prophet Muhammad Ali made the world respect the name of Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. I remember they put Muhammad Ali's name on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. They wanted to put his name on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. If you don't know that, that's in Hollywood. They have a sidewalk, long sidewalk, full of movie star names and people they idolize or respect. Muhammad Ali said, no, you can't put the name of Muhammad on the ground because people are going to walk on it. And the name Muhammad is special. It can't be walked on. So if you want to honor me, put my name on a plaque on a wall. So they put his name on the wall in the Walk of Fame. It's not on the ground. So Muhammad Ali, he made Hollywood respect the name of the Prophet Muhammad. So people like that, we need to raise up people like that. Muhammad Ali used to go on talk shows. He used to go on talk shows and talk about Islam. People would ask him all kinds of questions about Islam, and he would answer so eloquently. I remember one lady asked Muhammad Ali, how come you walk around? Where's your bodyguard? And he said, my bodyguard is the one who sees everything, knows everything, never sleeps, never rests. And of course, he's talking about Allah. So the schools have to raise up and teach people how to talk to Americans. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, had a companion named Hassan bin Thabit. And Hassan bin Thabit was commissioned by the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, to recite poetry in defense of him, to defend the Prophet, peace be upon him, with poetry and satire. He would make satire against the people who were slandering the Prophet, peace be upon him. And he would make fun of them. He would ridicule them with eloquent speech. And he would talk about the virtues of Islam so eloquently and so beautifully. And he would challenge the debaters. He would challenge the poets. It was a type of battle rap, if you will. He would have battle raps or battle poetry or battle debates with the top debaters, the top poets of the time. And he was so efficient that he would make they would listen to Hassan bin Thabit and they would accept Islam. Because Hassan bin Thabit's poetry was so thorough. So this type of learning how to speak is so important. It's so important that the Islamic school raise up defenders of Islam, because there's so many people trying to slander Islam this way, that way, on all the TV stations, every network is just raising doubts, hesitations, and it's confusing people. So let's get a Muslim Islamic school that teaches this important art. Until the next time, resistors, keep resisting. Peace and power.